Good morning, everybody. Darcizzle and Puddin' coming at you from South Florida. If you didn't know, we are a Florida fishing couple if you're new to the channel, and today we are headed offshore deep sea fishing, and we're headed out of the Hillsboro inlet, and we're fishing with a good friend, Johnny Jigs, Captain Johnny right behind us from JohnnyJigsTV on YouTube. Check him out. And today we're going to be doing a new fishing technique that we never have ever tried in our lives, and really excited about it, and it's called micro jigging.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. It's again, middle of summer here. It's gonna be about 2 million degrees, more or less.
Very hot.
Very hot.
We're going slow pitch jigging.
Slow pitch jigging.
Micro jigging.
Okay.
Yep.
And slow pitch.
All kinds of good stuff.
Yes.
See, that's how little we know. We don't do a lot of jigging, so we're gonna go out with an expert and learn all about it, and hopefully catch a ton of fish.
This is weird. We don't have any live bait on the boat.
Yes.
So
We don't have any bait.
out.
No bait, no dead bait, no live bait.
Nothing.
So pretty new to us.
Yeah.
Again, gonna be nice and hot. Beautiful morning, nice and calm. Got to come in before the storms, and we'll see you at the first jigging spot.
Let's go. All right, guys, we have arrived at the first jigging spot. We're out deep. We're dropping right to the bottom right now.
So we're gonna drop straight down. You're gonna want to put your pinky and ring finger right in between the trigger right there. You feel you got that control of the reel. And we're gonna thumb the spool until we tap bottom. And we thumb it because it gets the jig to go straight up and down, so it drops faster.
Okay.
If you let it go, these jigs are designed to actually get horizontal and flutter.
Just wobble.
Right, and that's the difference between like a slow pitch and a high speed jig. So ideally what we're doing is we're gonna imitate a wounded bait fish versus like a fleeing one in high speed jigging.
Okay.
So as our lines go that way, we're gonna go ahead and walk backwards towards the boat.
Okay. Start walking.
Stern of the boat.
And do I want to hit the bottom?
As soon as you tap bottom, yep, go ahead and engage it into the strike position.
Okay.
And then this is gonna get a little bit where it gets a little bit awkward for anglers that have been fishing for a while. Is
strike position.
Strike position.
Okay.
And now you're gonna put the rod across your forearm there.
Okay.
And we're gonna do a lift and let it fall. Lift and let it fall. And here's the thing. A lot of people will put it under their arm right here, and you're only using your bicep muscle whenever you put it right here. And jigging can be, it can tire you out. So you want to use as many muscle groups as you possibly can. So putting it across your forearm will actually give you more movement on the jig, as well as you see I'm kind of doing this shoving motion, and it's actually using a lot more muscle groups in my arm and my body to where I can jig all day long. You could do a quarter turn, or do a half turn, lift and let it fall, or then you can drop back down and tap bottom. So that's basically the technique.
Okay.
We're moving a little quick, so I'm gonna go ahead and retrieve and get on the wheel so that way I can slow us down a little bit.
Okay.
And that way we got a better chance of hooking up.
Very cool. All right. So you saw that? Ooh, he's an expert over here on this jigging, and I am not. So I'm gonna look a little awkward jigging as I get familiar and comfortable with this. And yeah, we have a moving current today, very fast current. And you guys know where we live, it just rips past us because it's so deep where we are right now. It's almost 300 foot deep and we're right by land. So it just drops off super steep, in which case we just get that crazy north current. So he will drive and keep us on the spot. And let's see if I hook a fish. All right, so Eddie back there, I don't know if I mentioned him earlier, but Eddie works at Johnny Jigs shop. Good friends over there. They just both landed a blackfin tuna. Johnny just got his blackfin tuna in the boat. And now I'm dropping back down to see if I can hook up. I do think I have a fish. Yay! I think I hooked up. Yeah, I'm hooked up. All right, I believe I'm hooked up on the first fish of the day for me. Eddie and Johnny landed two nice, what is that? No way, I got a trumpet fish.
Nice job.
Dude, I haven't caught one of those in years. How cool is that thing? Well, they caught two blackfins earlier. This is a trumpet fish. You guys have never seen this on the channel in quite a while. Check out that guy. Watch out, watch out, watch out. Hold on, open it up. There we go. I want to break the reel. Okay, there we go. Nice, that thing is huge. All right, really cool fish right there. Hold on, let me fix my line right here real quick. Check out this wild looking thing. They kind of float vertically in the water, like almost like seaweed or something down there, like straight up and down. I've seen them snorkeling before and caught one many years ago. This is the biggest trumpet fish yet, but look at that wild looking creature. Look at that mouth. Pretty wild. So that is really epic. First trumpet fish for me in years on a micro jig. How cool is that? Let's let him go. Drop it down, drop it down, drop it down. Hold on, I'm gonna cast forward.
That's a big tuna.
Big tuna? Oh, Eddie is hooked up on a stud.
Yes.
Nice. All right, so Eddie hooked up over there, and he instantly said it's a big tuna. It's not up to the boat yet, but Johnny told me to go ahead and drop on this side. That's exactly what I did, and I hooked up. Doubled up on the jigs, baby. Oh, it's taking some drag now. Nice fish. Straight up and down. And with these rods, you know, I'm not going to be bringing them up real high to crank on them. And basically, you don't want to bring these rods up too high, or you're going to break them because they're so light and they're for slow pitch jigging. This fish is coming up right here. Nice tuna. Nice tuna. Nice tuna. Heck yeah. Summertime blackfins, baby. Nice work. That's a stud right there.
Johnny Jigs, baby.
Heck yeah, Johnny Jigs getting the job done. Yeah, so basically don't want a high stick. As you can see, I'm just cranking on this fish. I'm not pumping, just steady cranking, keeping the line tight and keeping the rod down. Exactly what Johnny Jigs told me to do. And we're gonna link all his information down below if you're interested in checking out his store and his jigs and all these awesome rods that they make. There he is, I see him. Color.
Nice fish.
Color.
Nice fish.
Doing his tuna circle.
Yep.
Slowly coming up here. We're close.
Whoa, he's still got a lot of juice in him.
Nice work! Woo!
Start sizzle.
Two tunas. Yes, nice
Awesome.
work. All right, so Captain Johnny Jigs putting us on the fish today. You can see that's a Johnny Jig right there in the corner of the mouth.
Look at the color on him.
Gorgeous fish. The blackfins are so cool looking. And that's a nice one. That's a nice football for this area, especially this time of the year. So now we've got a total of 4 tunas in the boat. Not bad. Nice work.
Yes.
Let's do it again. All right, guys, we're gonna go over exactly how we just caught those 2 big blackfin tunas. And Johnny Jigs, he's been slow pitch jigging for about 6 or 7 years now, correct?
Around 5 or 6, yeah.
5 or 6 years. So now people are starting to get into it. So we're gonna give you the best part of this video is how exactly we caught this fish and the tackle. So I'm gonna have Johnny Jigs tell you from start to finish what we're using in order to catch that fish.
Awesome. So we were, you know, we picked a spot out here. You know, obviously we were targeting a little bit of reef out here and did a drift across it, but we knew we were kind of on the ledge as well to where we were in the tuna area.
Right.
And what we threw on for you was, this is a slow pitch jig. This is a Johnny Jigs torpedo watermelon. You can see we put hooks on the bottom and the top,
4 hooks.
as well as a ball bearing swivel there. And what you were using is a Accurate Valiant 500N SPJ version, so it's got the power handle. That's the difference. It's a little bit longer,
Right.
matched with the Pro Jigger slow pitch jigging rod. And so we were looking to do like a little bit faster action on the jig. You know, the pelagics seem to like a little bit more movement,
Right.
than versus like the, you know, bottom dwellers will like a little bit slower action, I find, on the bottom. And
And what's this spooled with?
this is 30-pound test Daiwa J braid, and it's a multicolored metered line, so you actually can count the line going down, know what depth you're at. And then we have a PR knot, or you could use an FG knot spliced into fluorocarbon. And we use about 12 feet of fluorocarbon. That seems to be the magic number.
And you
that,
said this is 100% knot too.
100% knot, so it's stronger than the FG. It's been proven to be the best knot.
Yeah.
But
And
this,
then 50-pound fluoro, correct?
50-pound fluoro. Yeah,
Yeah.
you can go 40, 50, even 60. 50 seems to be the magic number for me. I use it a lot.
Yeah.
Sometimes when I go in shallower, I'll bump it down to 40 even 30, but 50 seems to be really the magic number for me. You can really put some heat on a fish with that
Nice.
pound fluorocarbon.
Awesome. And then if anybody wanted, like any of you guys watching wanted to get into slow pitch jigging, like what would you recommend for a beginner? Like how would they start that process?
A beginner setup. So really the question is what's your fishery and what depths are you fishing in? So you need to match the rod and you need to match the jigs to the fishery you're in, the depths that you're fishing. So if you're only fishing in 100 feet of water, then you're gonna want a lighter rod, you're gonna want a lighter setup, a lighter jigs. So you really need to match the gram size to the fishery you're in. And a good rule of thumb really, guys, is that is 1 gram per foot is a good starting rule of thumb, right? Up until you get out to about 350 feet, and then it changes a little bit, but that's somewhere to start. That's definitely like a great beginner tip to know what size jig to put on.
Gotcha. And then if anybody that lives down here in South Florida, how can they find you? Where's your shop?
Yep,
and
they
all
can
that
go
good stuff?
to Johnny Jigs. We have a nice tackle shop at 709 South Federal Highway in Pompano Beach, or you can go onto our website at JohnnyJigs.com. Also, check out if you really want to dig into slow pitch jigging and really the nuances of it. I have a whole YouTube channel devoted to it. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. So and then also he makes these custom Johnny Jig rods, and then as well as the jigs too. So check him out if you're interested, and I'll link all his information down below, including his YouTube channel. He has some epic slow pitch jigging action, and it's caught every species in the world on jigs. It's insane.
Out here crushing it with Dar Sizzle.
Woo! Let's go. All right, guys, we are back at the house and avoided those crazy thunderstorms that were out there. It's just that time of the year with the crazy thunderstorms. Here's the biggest tuna that was put on the boat thanks to Eddie who caught it, and they let me take it home. So we are gonna go ahead and fillet up this beautiful fish. It was really cool checking out Johnny Jig's store. Really clean, nice looking store. And plus slow pitch jigging was just super cool. And it's actually the next day and I'm slightly sore from slow pitch jigging, which is wild. And believe it or not, Brian literally just called Johnny Jigs and got a slow pitch jigging rod. So we're all set up and ready to go, and we're super excited to start slow pitching. So let's dive right into this beautiful blackfin tuna. He was bled, as you can see, we cut his throat right there. That's one way to bleed them as well, or rip their gill plates out, but he was bled because these fish are just full of blood. But let's dive right into it, using my 7-inch blade today from Smith. And I have a promo code or coupon code that you guys can use, DARSIZZLE 15 for 15% off plus free shipping. Link it down below for you guys. But we're gonna cut into his head as much as possible, and you can feel right in here where the head meat goes up into. So you're way up in there, and then just turn that blade around. Right here, when you get to this first pec fin, there's like a really hard part of, like really tough part of skin there. And I kind of just bring my knife up and go around it. That makes it best, and that way I don't dull my knife as fast. I can't wait to see these loins. It's gonna be beautiful. Just go all the way down. And then just like any other fish, we're gonna stay right on his bones. We're gonna get as much meat as possible. This knife is so sharp, I just cut through the other side. Oops, but no big deal. Just cut right back. Wait till you guys see these gorgeous loins. Super, super hot out here, so I'm gonna try to do this fast because of course he's a sushi fish. We wanna keep him cold. And the common misconception, or a lot of people think that you need to freeze your sushi fish, but that's not the case. You don't need to do that at all. At least we don't, because you know we know this fish is fresh. We took care of them, and I mean it's recommended. That's what the sushi restaurants do and stuff. But we are not going to freeze him. We're just going to eat him. Now we're going down the bones right here. He's just awkward shaped when they get this size. The bigger the fish, the more awkward it is, of course. There we go. Cut a little bit into the innards there, but that's not a big deal. But you can see that fish is full of roe. Full of roe, they're spawning right now. I'm gonna put this in the shade. But you see we did a good job there. See how I cut right through the other side by accident? That knife was so sharp, I just slid right through it. No big deal. All right, now we got our beautiful tuna loin here. And to just tell you guys a little bit about how tuna meat or sushi meat works is the top loin right here. This is usually the best piece of meat for sashimi style pieces that you're going to eat. The bottom portion or the belly meat is going to be best for sushi grade cuts. So that's kind of how it works. And what we're going to do here with this fish, since he has really big loins, I'm just gonna cut right along this really big bloodline, and we're gonna stake it out and get it off the skin like this. Going down, going underneath, just working my way down. This is another way to do it instead of going across. They do have a very thin skin, and this takes a little bit of practice. But we just knocked off that top loin beautifully. So you can see right there, I still have bloodline on the beam, which is not a big deal. We can just edge that out. It's a really thick bloodline, even when you bleed the fish. It's pretty wild how much blood they have in their system. So get that out. That's pretty much all set. A little bit more there. We're gonna do the same exact thing on the other side of the bottom, the belly meat here. And because I cut into the innards, I just gotta get rid of this bones here for the rib cage. Knock that out. All right, there you go. So same exact thing. Just kind of edge where you see the bloodline. Just like so. And then go down right to where the skin is. And then turn your knife and slab it. Turn your knife, slab it. Turn your knife, slab it. Yeah, so go ahead and try that on your own fish or some big fish that has big bloodline. This is the best way to do it. I've done this with wahoo, with sharks, tuna. So it works great. And we left that bloodline right in the middle, so we don't really have to mess with it. That's a big old bloodline. Put that to the side, and we still have a little bit of blood right here. I'm just gonna knock out. But this is pretty much all set, ready to go. So I'm gonna finish up getting this prepared for sushi, and then I'm gonna meet you guys for the cooking with pudding portion of this video.
Hold on, Sizzle.
Oh,
I'm coming.
that was instant.
Well, you know, I just coincidence and luck of the draw, I guess.
Yes.
But guys, we don't cook tuna around here, all right? We don't cook tuna.
No.
We don't cook wahoo. We make sushi. Voila.
And I'm prepared. I got
Well, what a
my
coincidence, there, Sizzle.
table right here.
This was totally unplanned. I don't know how,
Totally.
we must really think alike all the time.
Totally.
Weird. But guys, you know, tuna and other dense fish like maybe wahoo, you know, it's dense, and if you cook it, I don't know, to me, you're just losing it. I mean, so we just like to make sushi out of it. And you can make a fancy roll, very simple. We've done that in many other videos, but it's just nice to make some nice sushi rice. You can make that in a rice cooker, which we have in the Amazon store, and just put it right on some sticky rice. I got my own chopsticks.
Yeah.
And just dive in.
So what I'm doing, yeah, sorry to interrupt.
Go ahead.
So what I'm doing is I am practicing my sushi cuts here with the same knife, and I'm using the bottom loin like we talked about for the sushi pieces. So I'm just going at a 20-degree angle and cutting really thin slices of meat off. And the trick to putting these pieces of sushi on the golf ball size rice rolls he has here is you want to make it thin enough so it bends around your finger, just like this one did. So that's perfect. So that's going to be a perfect piece for pudding to put on the rice right there.
I don't even need rice. I'm too fat for rice.
Well, I got to cut you sushi pieces to eat separate like that.
I know.
Yeah. So we're just cutting beautiful pieces.
The people over at Echelon Fit told me I got to stop eating all that gosh darn rice. I'm too fat for the bike.
Yeah. Do you want to show them?
Yeah, I'm supposed to agree.
Sorry, I wasn't agreeing.
He's like, yeah.
I'm in my head. Sorry.
Lou called me up. He said, get off the rice.
So you take that piece, and then all you do for preparation purposes is just like fold it around. And since my hands are a little dirty, but you just kind of bend and
A little.
turn, bend and turn, and then it wraps around your roll, and then you have your own homemade sushi roll.
Taste it.
How cool is that?
Dive in.
Is there wasabi in there?
No.
Oh, good.
She doesn't like spicy foods.
I don't.
And I'll load up that wasabi so it's breathing fire out my nose and clean out my sinuses. That's delicious.
Oh, yeah.
So good. And yeah, just getting back to it, you know, you can do other things. You make poke bowl is a really great idea for tuna.
That is a bomb. That was so
We
good.
love poke bowls. You know, you don't really cook it, and you can do, you know, whatever, all sorts of raw things, and you can make a ton of sushi. But it's just fun just to make rolls, mix in some sashimi slices, and throw it on a little bit of rice.
You want to tell them about the rod you just bought?
I just called up Johnny just this morning, and I was like, dude, I am convinced on the jigging. Tell me what rod I need for all those beautiful jigs he gave us. He gave us a bunch of jigs.
He did.
For between like 100 and 200, which is the common depths around here.
Hooked us up.
And so I needed a rod, and I'm gonna put a Shimano Tranx on it. And we're gonna kill it, man.
Yeah. He's literally convinced it works that well. It was awesome.
I like it, it's nice and lazy. Now you gotta do the arm thing. See this arm thing? Where I'm using my back and not my bicep so much.
My arm is sore, like I said.
It's like this.
Yeah.
So you're jigging and you're using, of course, as we always tell you, you gotta use the tool. So you gotta use the right technique for the right tool, and you're gonna have a lot more stamina and not be like, oh, I hate jigging, it's so tiring. All right? So
That's kind of how we felt.
speed, you know, I usually speed jig and it's, you know, exhausting.
All right, so as he was talking to you guys right there, we just finished up half the bottom loin and got some really nice sushi pieces there. So now he's all set to eat plenty of rice tonight and
The
fit
rice.
raw fish. And yeah, that's about it, guys. I gotta finish up the other side of this fish before it gets too hot in this Florida heat.
I'm gonna eat it as you do it.
And then, yeah, and then we're just gonna overdose on a ton of tuna.
Yeah. And
Wow.
the knives, of course, don't forget the Smith knives Darcy
Yep,
loves.
I mentioned it.
Oh, did you? With the code and everything? Oh, good.
I did.
All right, I'm sorry.
Yeah, and this, last but not least, don't forget my website, darsizzleoffshore.com. Fish hook and anchor bracelets available, as well as sterling silver pendants. We're babbling on at this point. So let's go ahead and wrap up this video. Thank you for staying with us till the end. If you did, comment down below and we'll respond to you. We love each and every one of you. And stay tuned until our next adventure.
I got a new thing.
Until then,
Thanks for your time. They take time out of their day to watch our videos.
I know.
Time is like the most expensive thing, so I appreciate that.
yes.
That's it.
Thank you so much. Until next time,
Follow your dreams
and keep on catching. You know, it's follow your dream, not dreams.
Sorry,
You can't even see the tag right?
I'm a stupid person.
No. Why don't you get a little bag so we could put this stuff in it, or you can put it on your plate now, whatever. Those are all pieces for you right here.
I'm gonna put it on here and I'll put it in the bag, I'll bring this out.